Hey, what's up, college football fans? Saturday afternoon here. Tiger Paul Craven coming back at you with another preview video. Clemson taking on Florida State this weekend, or today, I should say, at 3:30. Florida State Seminoles come to Death Valley. I think it'll be a good game. I'm hoping for a good game. I'm hoping Clemson comes out on top. Some of the keys to the game. On the offensive side of the ball for Clemson, first we'll start with their missing players, their key missing players. We lost Matt Bockhorst last week, tore his ACL. He's out for the season. He's done at Clemson for a career. You got Frank Latson, who had season-ending surgery. You have Brandon Galloway, who had a separated shoulder. He'll be out for the rest of the season. We just got a lot of pieces that have been contributing this year. I think we're up to 14 plus scholarship players that mostly are on the two deep, out for the season. It's been a rough year as far as injuries go. Now that's no excuse. Next man up. You got to keep producing, right? So keys to the game for Clemson's offense, they're going to have to do it on the ground, guys. They're going to have to rely on Will Shipley. They're going to have to rely on the offensive line. They need to get a push. They need to get it done. They need to gel together. Matt Bockhorst was kind of the vocal leader on offense, especially on that offensive line. We've lost him for the season. He can't play anymore. I mean, he could still, kind of be a leader, but it's different, when you're not playing. So they're going to have to lean heavy on the running game. They're going to have to lean on Shipley and Maffa to get it done on the ground. As far as the running game goes, receivers, they got to figure out how to stop dropping passes. I mean, that's just plain and simple. They've been dropping, I think I counted at least 6 passes that were dropped against Pitt. One being Will Shipley right up the seam that would have put us up 14-0 and kind of put the pressure against Pitt, and it might have looked like a completely different game. But, woulda, shoulda, coulda. People keep dropping passes. So that has to happen in order to help whoever is out there at quarterback today. Now, I think DJ Uiagalelei, even though he was benched last week for a couple series, he did come back in the game. He did lead a touchdown drive, and I do think he'll get the start today. Now, I think you could see Tyson Pumachan early, especially if DJ is making some of the same mistakes, making some of the same inaccurate throws that we've seen all season, holding the ball too long in the pocket, being unsure of himself, sloppy footwork, so on and so forth. So I do think you could see Tyson Pumachan early on in this game if DJ is having the same kind of issues that we've kind of seen all season. So the pressure is really going to be on DJ because he knows Tyson is breathing down his neck. He knows the coaching staff now are willing to set him down and bench him in the middle of a game. Now, will that pressure bring out the best of him, or will he crumble under the pressure? Well, we'll see this weekend, guys. We'll see what he can produce. Maybe this move by the coaching staff to bench him in the middle of a game, maybe it lit a fire under him. Maybe he, will come out with a little bit more juice, a little bit more eager to get the job done. I don't know, guys. We'll see. Moving on to Florida State and their offense, they've been running the ball really well. They've had really 3 solid weeks in a row where they beat Syracuse, they beat North Carolina, and they beat UMass. Now, not much to say about UMass, but those other 2 wins were pretty good wins. They've been running the ball really effectively. Their running game is really stout, and that's where our defense comes in. Our defense is going to have to be stingy on the run. Now, the problem with that is our defensive tackles are kind of banged up. We're not healthy at the defensive tackle position. Obviously, earlier on in the season, we lost Brian Brzee. with a torn ACL. We lost. We have several guys banged up. I know we just got Tyler Davis back. Is he 100%? I don't know. How close to 100% is he? Again, I don't know. You got some other guys. Williams. You got who is banged up. We got a lot of guys that are playing, but they're not all 100%. So our defensive line is really going to have to come together. Really going to have to put some pressure on that run. So Skowski, look for him to have a big game. Balin Spector, look for him to have a big game. We gotta stifle that run game, because if they're popping off 6 yards a carry, it's going to be a long day for the Clemson defense, because we know the offense has not been able to sustain drives and to get the defense any kind of rest. So if they let Florida State get into any sort of rhythm in the running game, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day, guys. So game plan first and foremost has got to be stop that run game and make this quarterback beat you with his arm. If he beats us with his arm, so be it. But don't let them sit there and run for 6 and 7 yards a pop. That can't happen. How I see the game going, honestly, guys, I'm so past the eventually Clemson's offense will put it all together. I was past that after the Syracuse game. Coming out of the bye week, like I've said before, I thought maybe they could put together something. Maybe they spent some extra time in the bye week to get it figured out. That was obviously not the case. I was at the Syracuse game, and our offense looked exactly the same. I don't think our offense will look much different, to be completely honest. I think we need to lean on the run game. I think we need to slow the game down. I think we need to give our defense plenty of time to rest. They cannot be on the field for 40 minutes out of a 60-minute game. They get gassed. They get discouraged. They feel like if we're 2 touchdowns behind, the game's already over. And who can blame them? I mean, I would feel the same way. This offense is not explosive enough to come back from any sort of deficit, maybe outside of a touchdown, to be honest. So I think it'll probably be another low-scoring game. It'll probably be another game that goes down late into the fourth quarter, possibly to the last drive. Whoever wins this game may be kicking a last-second field goal, something like that, or some defense may have to make a last-minute stand to ice the game. That's honestly how I see it going, guys. I do think Clemson will get the win today. But again, I think it'll be another ugly win. I think it'll be a knockdown, drag-out, tough game where we kind of got to grit our teeth through it and hope our defense bails us out in the end, because that's really been the only hope for this Clemson team. That's my thoughts on the game, guys. Let me know what your score prediction in the comment section below is. Let me know who you think's going to win, why you think they're going to win, and just your overall thoughts on the game. Tiger Paul Craven, I'll see you guys in the next video.